You cannot achieve anything on your own.
If you don't believe in God, you're living below your privileges.
In order for you to know your purpose and to find what your purpose is, you must understand and know who you are. And I must say, keep up the good work and don't let nobody dim your light.
The season you're in is not forever.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you
Good evening.
so much for joining me. Normally, when I start my podcast, I say, grab your pillow, your blanket, your sheet. But today, we're not in such a comfort setting. We are in an elegant setting. And you guys look amazing. Give yourself a round of applause. You guys show up and show out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Kemp, I'm patting yourself on the shoulder. I see you. You look great too. It's okay. It's not about you tonight, though. We are here to celebrate mothers. You guys have no idea the amount of appreciation I have for mothers. The way that you show up through everything. I'm getting into the conversation before we even start, but it's just I can't help but saying that the way mothers show up, regardless of anything that you guys are going through, it is amazing to me, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of days I don't able for me. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of days I don't able for me. So I salute you guys, and you guys should give yourself a round of applause for that. Let's get into the conversation that we are here to have. I have with me some amazing, beautiful, just amazing women. Like, I love these women, their personalities, their everything that the grace that they walk with and everything that they do is just amazing. I was really selective about the people that I chose to come on the panel tonight because I want your voice. I know a lot of you guys, your stories carry depth, and I want your voice to reach those who feel as though they're in it alone. So I know a lot of times we are struggling, we're going through whatever we're going through as mothers, as women, and we feel as though we are doing it alone, and we do not reach out for help. We do not talk to people, because if we do, we would really see that, hey, this is not new. Like, a lot of people have passed through it. And when we look at our circumstances, again, I'm getting into it without even. When we look at our circumstances and situations, we think that we cannot have it all. But as a woman, as a mother, you literally carry it all. You carry it for you, you carry it for your kids, you carry the family on your back, you carry your job, if you're a CEO, you carry your business, you carry your employees, all these things, and you show up every day and you do it 100%. Now, I have with me some amazing women. I have with me, to my far right, Miss Treasure James. Give it up for Miss Treasure James. Woo! Myself and my Madam Cheer for the night, we were looking through, who we want to be on the panel. And when we saw Miss Treasure James, we were like, you know what? This here is the epitome of a woman that carries it all. She is a businesswoman. She is a businesswoman. She is a mom. I believe you have an MD.
Yes.
She has an MD. And she's just doing it all, and she's doing an amazing job. So I saw you, I see you, and I admire you. And I really want your story to touch the people's lives in this room and far beyond that. Give it up for Miss Treasure one more time. I am so honored. I am so honored. And I know you guys know this next guest. So what's her name?
Feliz.
What's her name?
Feliz.
Her name itself just mean happy. She's always happy. Like, you hear her voice on the radio and immediately your day is lifted. You're excited.
True.
I am too, right?
True.
You see?
Energy.
I know I wasn't alone. She's full of energy. I'm just honored to have you here to share your story, to share your life, to share how you got to get into all the things that you are into today, into business, into TV, into radio, and just encourage somebody who may have that dream. So let them know that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm doing it all. So there's nothing that is beyond you. And I know, I'm not saying that it's easy, but you can do it. It's possible. And what you show is not that it's easy, because I don't think that when people look at your life, they see it in a way that it's just, oh, she's just breezing through it. You may have your challenges, you may have that, but what they see is the persistent. What they see is the fact that you're doing it regardless. So that is what I want us to share today. And this is my girl to my left. Let me tell you, this is my A1 from day one. We have with us Miss Sherry Hewitt-Robin.
Yes.
Yeah. She is a lawyer, guys. So if you guys, I mean, y'all don't bother her with your problems tonight. But another time, if you have anything and you
Please
need
not
legal
tomorrow's
advice,
Mother's Day.
please reach out to her. She's amazing. I admire this woman so much. I watch her serve in a way that is far beyond, it's far beyond selflessness. Like, you look at somebody and you see that, hey, this person is selfless. But when I look at Sherry, I see something far beyond that. I see her serving with the grace that God has given her to serve with. And with everything that she serves with, it's purposeful, it is intentional. And she gives not just from what she has, but like beyond what she has. And I really admire her for that. So yeah, I'll give it up for my girl. Right. She is so pretty. I would like for each of you to tell me, we're gonna start with Miss Treasure Dreams. You can tell me, I know so much about you based on what I would have seen on the media. And you know, we show people what, you know. So tell me what it is that I need to know about you to understand the person that you are, genuinely.
Yeah, well, again, I just want to say thank you for having me and for being able to share my story.
Yeah.
And I do hope that it reaches home with someone out there and maybe make some sort of difference in their life.
Yeah.
I am, I'm maybe a completely different person from who I am online, because my social media, it's just, you know, what I want everyone to see. But above everything, I will say I'm a mom.
Yeah.
That is the core of who I am right now. I'm a doctor, but I don't practice anymore because I got torn between business. I run a business in Region 1.
Oh,
So I spend a lot of time back and forth.
okay.
I am very much into the gym now, and it's not. I haven't gotten to the midlife crisis yet, but I think I'm getting there.
With the fitness.
Yes,
I need to
and
be
I love a social life.
Yeah.
So yes, I am very passionate about like pageantry. Yeah, that is my hobby. That's my baby. So, and more so, I am really for development of women and growth. So I'm all for anything that supports women. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Give it up for Miss Treasure Dreams. That's nice. And you see how she said she's into fitness?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. So if you feel like I'm talking to you, I am. You need to get into gym. Ouch.
Very same.
She did like a thing.
I'm gathering myself. Good evening, everybody. Joe girl, my teeth catching cold. I'm just really happy to be here. I have gone through so many things. Look out for the book. But I am a radio broadcaster. It's really what I do, but being a mom is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because I've been a single mother now. My son is 17.
Aw.
I was sharing with Treasure about that. I don't know yet how I'm feeling about teenage life. I think that I needed to read a book on how to deal with the teenage stage. I miss my Baba. I miss when he was, yes.
Maybe you should
miss
get
him.
another one.
No, it's no, let me not say that, because I don't want to be negative as well. I believe that, you know, a lot of people, they might glamorize being a single parent mother. It is not glamorous at all. And I want to be the first person to say that. You know, I was sharing with Treasure earlier, the amount of young women I've been able to speak with in the last couple of years, really guiding them and letting them know that, hey, yeah, they're talking about, I can't wait to have a baby. You can wait. Yep. You can wait. Okay, wait until you have that person that's there to support. I don't know, Danica, what I would have done without my family. please be grateful for your mothers. Be grateful for the aunts, the uncles, the people that really raised us. And even the village that were around us. I mean, I shout up to my Coney, my people. I'm from Haidam, my Coney, and if it wasn't for the neighbors who would see you doing something stupid and pull you up, you know, it's a different time now, Danica, very different time. But let me tell you, I'm grateful for all of them because they have helped me to become the person I am today. And I'm extremely resilient. And don't ever think that I don't cry. Just cry ugly. I just do an ugly cry. But you have to be able to push through because all things are possible.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not used to talking about myself, but I'm more used to talking to other people about other people, trying to represent them. But I am an attorney at law, and in my mind, it feels like that's a very small part of who I am now. While it may be the first thing that people see about me or hear about me, but it feels in my mind like it's such a small part of my life now. I'm a new, I don't know if I could still say I'm a new mom. She's about to be 18 months old, but it still feels new to me.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm a new mom, still figuring it out. And I think what Feliz said about having a family there is very important. I thank God for my husband because I grew up with a single parent mom, and I knew how hard it was. And with a single parent mom, and I am the only girl in the family. So a lot of what she carried, I felt like I carried also. Because I was the only girl around me. She has sisters, but they weren't in the country. They weren't around, weren't close. And so I felt like I felt that. And even now, if I talk more about who I would say I am at my core, I'm a very caring person.
Yeah.
So my life feels like I just want to ensure that the people that are in my life are good.
Yeah.
Whether it's my staff at work, whether it's in my family, whether it's church, wherever, I just want to know that everybody is good because I know what it's like to not be good. And I know what it's like to not be good and people not know that you're not good. And to carry that, and you have the moments where you're crying to yourself silently, or you know, you kind of lose yourself and you're like, wait,
Get it together.
people are around. You know, I love the arts. Thank you so much again for for having me on. I almost didn't make it, but I somehow did.
Yes. When God is moving,
yes.
He's moving. Yeah.
And I love the arts. I love socializing. I love just ensuring that everybody's happy, really and truly.
I can see.
I love to serve because I feel like it gives me added purpose
Yeah.
outside of myself. And I think it's sometimes easy for me to get lost in that space.
Yeah.
And so when you talked about giving beyond what I have, I'm like,
Yeah.
I probably never really thought about it in that way. But my husband sits and walking from saying, yeah, you do it all the time. But I really just, I'm always looking to ensure that people are good. That we're good.
And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. People have this thing that they say, "Oh, you just want to use me." Do you know that you're meant to be used, not abused?
Right.
You are not. I do not believe that you are here and you have all these gifts and talents and so much that you can pour into each other. I feel like in this generation, in this time, we are stuck. We're living in our self-care era. I believe that your self-care era is supposed to be just that. It's supposed to be an era. It's supposed to be where you refill your cup. But you're not supposed to live there to where you fill your cup and you cover it and you just have all this gift and you have everything and you're just, oh, I'm gonna take care of me.
Preach, girl.
And then you don't and then you don't pour into somebody else. That does not make sense to me. I feel like you're supposed to fill your cup. Yes. You're supposed to fill your cup. You are supposed to be okay. You are supposed to look after you. Be in your best mindset. Be your best self. But I believe that the purpose of doing so is so that you can pour into somebody else.
Yes.
So that when you leave, because we're here for a short time, though we may think that we're here permanently, we live this temporary life with a permanent mindset.
Yep.
You are here for a short time. In that time that you are here, I feel like you're supposed to pour into everybody that you possibly can. And if your life can impact just one person,
Yes.
I think you did it.
Yes.
You did it.
Well said.
Yeah. I was listening to Miss Treasure. You were talking about your passion being, in modeling and the pageantry and stuff like that.
Yes, I am the director of the Miss Region 1 pageant.
Oh,
I've
yes.
been doing so since 2018 to now. And a lot of people are like, why do you do it? Do you make money from it? And so on. And really, you don't really make a lot of money from pageantry, but it's where I found myself
Yeah.
as a young girl. Feliz,
Yes.
I remember
Yes.
a long time. It's where I found myself and became my best self, my most confident self. And coming from Region 1, a lot of people might not say, oh, you're not a country girl. Like, a lot of people back home look to me like, oh, you're this big star. And they think that they cannot as well be, that established. So for me, I am naturally a giver.
Yeah.
My happiness is in giving. And every year that I get a new batch of young women, at the end of it, just seeing where they would have started to the end and just seeing how they grow. Like, I'm there in the audience, just I get this feeling of fulfillment.
Yeah.
And it's just enough. Like, during all the preparation, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not doing this again. This is just too much. This is too much drama. And then in the end, just seeing the product, seeing women grow. For me, it just gives me so much joy, and I'm like, okay, let's start planning for next year.
So
For sure. But isn't that how you know that you're in your
Yeah,
purpose-driven
yeah.
life, though?
I do believe so. That's what I was saying about this
Yeah.
event. I'm like, you know what? I'm never doing this again. This thing stressed me out. But as it's happening, I'm like, you know what? I can't wait for the
Yes.
next time.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
And so I get it. And I saw when your face lit up just now when you were talking about it. I believe that is how you know you're doing what
That's
you're
right.
supposed to do. Like, you're at your happiest self. You talked about you have an MD.
Yes.
How did you transition from having an MD? Because, okay, in the Caribbean household, if you're not a doctor, a lawyer,
Engineer.
or an engineer, you're doing nothing.
An
Like, you're
engineer
not
doing
doing
more.
anything.
Yes, true.
So how did your community, your family take you transitioning from having an MD to pursuing your passion in pageantry and business?
Well, let's go back. Growing up, my dad said, hey, you get 4 options. You can be an economist, a lawyer, doctor, or pilot. You pick. Well, all right, I'll be a doctor. Right? So, from a child, from primary school, I'm like, this is what I am going to become. I am going to work towards this. By the time you get to secondary school, you have to get in science stream. You finish. It was always this path to becoming a doctor.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like being Guyanese, we have this culture where we make our children feel like if you don't become one of these things, then you really are not successful.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't promote the arts.
Yeah.
I was very athletic back in school, and my dad was like, no, you're missing too much classes. You can't go to this tournament or whatever. And then I felt like once I become a doctor, I would have reached this ultimate life. And then you know what? I became a doctor, and you know what? It's the doctors are struggling.
Yeah.
Overworked, you're tired. You get to that, and it's not this achievement that that brings you so much joy. And it's a job. If you're not someone who truly loves giving to people and taking care of people and being selfless,
Yeah.
then it can become a burden.
Yeah.
So I get into the field. I'm seeing a lot of people there, they're in it for the money, and then it doesn't really pay. But let me see, the year I graduated, 2019, my dad passed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Right. I'm the eldest of 2 for my dad. My parents always had business, so I always knew that at some point I'm going to have to get into business. But I said, you know what, at least I'll have like about 5-10 years to practice. My dad died at 56. He had a heart attack. It was just so sudden. So it was like, I just graduated. Then I got into internship during COVID.
Worst year.
What a year to do your internship.
Girl.
And then my mom was dealing with her grief, so she wasn't really in the business. I came away from Region 1 to pursue my secondary education, so I wasn't really around the business much.
Yeah.
So I wake up one day and I have this business to run, and we're into a lot of like government supplies and so on. Everyone's calling, and I don't know anything that's going on. And thank God for the staff, because without those core staff, I wouldn't have learned anything. So during 2020, I did internship while trying to manage a business from out here, and medicine is a full-time job.
Yeah.
It doesn't end. It's calls every 3 nights. You're always tired, and I feel like I wasn't giving the business enough.
Yeah.
So I had to make a hard decision to, focus on something that my family would have spent decades developing,
Yeah.
or working for someone else. And for me, it was bittersweet because this is what I spent my whole life working towards, but then this is what my parents would have built, and this is what sustains our family.
Yeah.
My younger sister, she was still in school at the time, so I made a decision that, hey, you know what, I'm gonna step away from medicine and go into the business full time. It's been 6 years, and you know what, I love it.
That's incredibly brave.
So
That's it. That's great. I think it's so important to love what you do, because even though you've been working towards medicine your entire life,
yeah,
you already thought that, oh my God, this is so exhausting. So you would have been burnt out by a certain time, and you would have just started doing. I don't like this. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. When you go to the hospital and the doctors are just anyhow, like this, sir, this is my life. Can we be a little more considerate of what I'm talking about? So I feel like exactly what you were saying. When you love, you have to love it.
Yeah.
Like, you have to love it. And there's just an appreciation for when you get into what you actually love.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about being I know that you love your job. I hear it in your
What
voice
gave it
every
away?
time you get it. I mean, everything has its challenges and so on. So tell us about how you got to being a radio host and your whole story.
Good. This story long, but I can shorten it for y'all. So
Yeah.
I started in broadcasting in 2007. And a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people don't remember me from NCN. But yes, I was the scrawny girl that used to be on the TV. A man actually saw me the other day, Sherry. He was like, wait, you was the scrawny girl that used to read news? Ashamed to tell, Javanka. I could have buried myself. But anyhow, started there. And that was a wonderful opportunity for me because I got training and from some of the best. I got training from Ron Robinson. All right. That's my papa. I love him so much. May he rest in peace. And wonderful people like Dr. Robin Diodat. To this day, Aunt Maggie, if she hear me say something wrong on radio, she's calling me. Margaret Lawrence, it's just, I'm grateful for that because that's where I started. Of course, a lot of people would know state media is not as free, right? So I start working now, Danica, with Freedom. And Freedom is hits and jams.
Nice.
Hits and jams, yes, they are not. I'm a Christian girl. I come from a very Christian background. I was very holier than thou in my younger life. All night prayer meetings and so, Danica, you don't want to hear it, girl. But anyhow, working with them was a whole different ball game because they are entertainment kings of Guyana. And everybody want to know what this church girl going to do that. I had to figure myself out.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I can tell y'all a little joke. They had a meeting with me a few months, just about probably a month or two after I started church. You probably don't know this. Big meeting. It's an intervention. They were like, Feliz, we did a poll. on our Facebook page, and it came back that you're the most boring.
Oh wow.
Oh gosh, all right. Okay, when that came to me, I'm going to tell you all the truth. I thought it was over. I felt in that moment, Danica, that what am I doing here? Because I came out of a terrible breakup. I was with my son's father in Barbados, and he fights with me for no reason. At least none that I can tell you. He got to know what he fight for. And he chokes me, slams me up against the wall, tells me to get out of his house with our child.
Wow.
Our child is 3 years old.
Wow.
I don't have no money. I'm not working in Barbados. I have to get posted back to Guyana, but how am I coming back? So I was saying to myself, I'm going to go to this airport with my kid if I got to walk there, and I'm going to let them deport us back. Thankfully, a wonderful woman there in Barbados took us in for the few days, and then she sent us back. I had to pay her back, thank God. But when I touched down at the airport in Guyana, I went straight to Hits and Jams and had an interview, and I got my job. Being in broadcasting has been the best thing that has ever happened to me.
I love that.
Apart from giving my life to Christ when I was 16 years old. And yes, I love my son. He knows I love him. But let me tell you something. Kids grow up and they leave you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Kids become teenagers. They want nothing to do with you. You lock up in the room, that man know what you're doing. Right? I had to figure out myself. Girl, I had to realize I like me. You understand? And it took some time because in the beginning I didn't like me. I used to look at myself and say, oh gosh, I'm too skinny, I'm too this, I'm too that. My belly big and I'm fine. What's this? Well, I can tell you all the truth. And I know there's some men here, but I think we can be honest with each other, honey. It's fibroids. Right? And a lot of people don't talk about these things. So I was unaware of so much, girl. And then when you get all the information, like, oh, and you got to deal with it. But when we talk about what we've been through, a lot of people hear my story and they go, wait, are you kidding? Like, I've had people literally ask me
You had
that.
me. I was,
Yeah.
I know that.
People have asked me that so many times when I talk about things. And I don't talk about these things to destroy anybody. It is not to pull down my son's father. God bless him. I'm grateful for him. He gave me a wonderful child, who, by the way, looks just like his father. So every time I got to see his face in my house. So I'm grateful for him.
It'd be your own kids, huh?
Right? And girl, she heard things he's telling me. I'm trying to figure you out. But we're grateful. I'm grateful. And you see, Danica, I'm going to tell you the truth right now. When you reached out to me, I said, I'm sorry. Who? I was in shock because I feel as though, yes, I do pour out on radio from time to time. And people don't understand. Sometimes when I'm pouring out and saying certain things, it's not even me. I don't even know anything that's going on in people's lives. And I would say something like, I remember one time I was talking about breaking up and how you have to get through it. And there it was in my Facebook inbox. A young woman said, I just got a divorce. And Feliz, I am falling apart. And you said something just now. I didn't even remember what I said. You understand what I'm telling you? I didn't even remember what I said. But it impacted her to the point where I chatted with her and she said, okay, I think I know what I have to do now. She picked up herself because she's not from Guyana. She's Trini, got moved here to live with her husband who just divorced her. And there I was, God sent me in this child life through a radio to be able to tell her, go back home.
Wow. That's so good.
I can't explain that stuff. That's God.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in God, then you're in the wrong space. Because I can't stop talking about him.
Yeah, that is true. Exactly what she said. If you don't believe in God, this is the wrong place. I'm telling you, a lot of the things that I've been through, a lot of the things, people hear my story and I'm like, listen, the fact that I'm still sane in my membrane, it is God. It is God. It is nobody else but God. This event, let me just share something with you guys really quickly. When I was about to, I felt like God dropped this in my spirit. to do. And it was really last minute. It was like a month before. And I was like, okay. So I started ordering stuff, getting everything ready. I was telling my friend at the back, I don't have a venue. I'm just planning this thing. I don't have a venue. And he was like, you know what? That's the kind of faith I want to have. That is what I wanna have. So a week before, I was beginning to feel a little discouraged because I had everything else. And
venue?
I was calling all these different places and they were like, we're booked out. You can't, this month is really busy. We can't, it's too short notice, stuff like that. And I messaged here and I asked them for a quote last week. And when they sent the quote, I'm like, no, no, we're not that, no. And the day that sometime in the last week, I kind of gave up. I was really discouraged. I said, God, okay, maybe you were talking about next year. Yeah. And I did not reach out to the girl for here. She reached out to me. She's like, hey, I didn't hear back from you. What's going on? Yeah. And I said, to be honest, I cannot afford your venue because this is not something that is paid. It's just something that I want to give back to people. And she was like, okay, let me know what you're working with. And just like that, I was like, God, but did you have to wait last minute? Did you have to make me nervous? But listen, God shows up every time. And God shows up every single time. And I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. You cannot achieve anything on your own. If you think that you did it by yourself, you're delusional.
Yeah.
You are delusional. Some of the things that we would have, even being a mom, you think you could do it?
Oh, no.
God, I know. Raise your hand if a lot of times you have to ask God for faith.
Oh.
I know a lot of you.
Teenage years.
You don't ask for strength because, God can't trust you with the strength, but you got to have faith. You got to have faith.
Yeah.
So, this is a space where I always talk about the things that you experience. It has to be I refuse to believe that life just happens. People that say that, oh, well, life is just life, life is just doing what it do. I'm not about to sit and accept the things that happen to me just because. It cannot be just because. It has to be for a reason. It has to be that God is teaching you something. He is molding and shaping and shifting your mind into who you need to be for the next season. Because if God gives you something in this season and you're not developed enough, your mindset is not where it needs to be, you will mishandle it.
Yes.
So you need to go through whatever it is that you need to go through. And if you are going through something right now, I want to encourage you that it is not for nothing. The season of your growth, the season of you reaping exactly what you're sowing right now, it is coming. You just have to remain faithful, remain consistent in what you are doing, and never give up. The most guaranteed way to fail is to give up. You really have to do what you're passionate about, and you have to remember that there is nothing that is possible without God. And my good friend Sherry here is a lawyer. My sister's a lawyer over there. Say hi to Nelly in the crowd. She's the lawyer. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know what made you decide, like with your own free will.
Oh, I know, right?
To be a lawyer. What inspired that?
It was a book, if I'm being really honest. I loved reading. Reading was my hobby. I think somewhere along the lines of studying to become a lawyer, reading for your degree, as they say, I sort of fell out of touch with reading for pleasure, but I need to get back to that space. Yeah. But I was reading this book by Danielle Steele, and I distinctly remember that the main character in the book was a business lawyer. And I decided that's what I want to be. Wow. It came from nowhere other than that book, because there were no lawyers in my family. There was a doctor in my family, but there were no lawyers in my family. My family is very Christian, very conservative. Almost everyone on my mother's side are pastors. My mom went to Bible school. That's where she met my dad, at Bible school. My dad was a pastor. My dad is Jamaican. Nobody in his family is a lawyer. And it was just, I loved reading, and I was reading this book, and this life seemed like it could really help people. And with that, it just took off from there. And I decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to be a lawyer. And then, along the way in Guyanese society, you understand when you talk back, you should become a lawyer, okay, like argue.
Yeah.
So, it's like, somewhere along the way, people kind of egg it on. But like the first thought of, okay, you could be a lawyer came from reading a book, really and truly. And I just ran with it because along the way, as I started studying and reading, hi, Kiki. That's my daughter. As I'm reading and studying along the way and so on, there were so many interesting aspects of the law. And the thing is, law cuts across all aspects of life. If you pick an aspect of life, you close your eye and you put all the aspects of life on the dartboard and you shoot a dart at it, it's going to land on something that has law that applies to it. And I really like that law, you can actually do anything and still be related to law in some way, or you can do law and be related to everything in some sort of way. And so that really piqued my interest and I ran with it. And beyond being, I'm a corporate lawyer, so I think when I read and decided to become a business lawyer, a corporate lawyer at that time, I kind of already had settled in my mind, I don't want to defend no criminals. Right? I had kind of already settled that in my mind. I also don't do any family law. So every time people be like, what happened if you want to get a divorce? I'm like, I can give you the number of somebody.
Yeah.
That's not my ministry.
Yeah.
Because I came up with a single mom. I was a child, the only girl between two brothers, and my parents were in a divorce. I was acutely aware of what was going on because I was such an avid reader. I might have read the Decree Nisi and all of that too, and thinking, okay, I'm somehow heightened and aware of all that is going on more than I ought to have been as a child because I read a lot and I read everything that came across my path. And beyond being a lawyer, I'm an entrepreneur. And somewhere along the way, I recognized that working for somebody with one salary,
It's crazy working.
couldn't cut it.
Yeah.
Couldn't cut it.
Yeah.
And I decided to start my business, which is called Hot Girl,
Yeah.
which is, some people might, when I say that now, you would recognize I'm Hot Girl.
Okay.
So it's a hat store. I would say Guyana's #1 hat store because nobody was doing hats at that time. And I decided I want to do something that's different, and it's something that I like because I loved hats growing up. If you have a bad hair day, wear a hat.
Yes.
If you don't want the sun in your eyes, you wear a hat. It's like shoes but for your head.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Necessary. Okay.
And so I got into entrepreneurship and I realized that there are a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business people who need law, of course, because law cuts across everything. There are lots of business people who need some sort of legal advice, legal services and so on. And so I started to really hone in on that aspect of it because coming out of law school, I went straight to working with a company. And this company is state-owned, so I wouldn't go too much further into detail to that. Sorry, it's a state-owned company, and they were always in court, always had to be defending. And I'm like, I found myself on the other side of the bench. And now they would know I was always in the witness box. I never at the bench representing the company. And I'm like, okay, this is not necessarily what I wanted. And when the opportunity came for me to go to where I am now, which is at iPad, it seemed like a holistic, really God pointing in the direction because at the time a lot was happening in that state-owned company. And I felt like I was Daniel when the other advisors were just seeking to look for a way to bring Daniel down. And I felt like I was in that season. I remember somebody saying to me, you read the book of Daniel when you're in that season. And I read the book of Daniel and I said, okay. And I trusted God. I trusted God to make a way to either shift people who are doing certain things or to open up something for me. And something I was going to say when you were talking about everything coming together last minute.
Yeah.
One thing I learned in my journey to become a lawyer, and even while being a lawyer, is that it might not have been last minute if you had been obedient the first time. And what happens is that we try to do everything on our own.
Yes.
When really, as you said, we can do nothing on our own.
Yeah.
And what God does is really saves us from ourselves in the last moment. And he does it in such a way that you know that this was him and not you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Because while I was at law school, your girl was trying to get a job here, there, and everywhere. I got a job at a like a computer store. The store closed down 2 weeks after I got the job. I applied to work at Neil and Massey in Trinidad, and I had like 2 friends that were already working there. And the people were like, "Oh, never call me back or anything." And I remember saying to someone, the landlord's son, who had come from Canada to stay, and he was a pastor. And I remember saying to him, God helps those who help themselves. So I've been trying to get a job. And he's like, where you heard that from? I was like, God helps those who help themselves. That's, it's a thing. We know that, right?
Yeah,
He's like, that's not scripture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to ask, is that not biblical?
It's not scripture.
It's not.
Somebody said that to me the other
It's
day.
not biblical at all.
Yeah.
It is not biblical at all. Because what does the word of God says? He who tries to save his life will lose it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if you're trying and you're trying to do everything in your own strength, you're trying to make it happen for you. And we are in that culture right now where we got to make it happen. And if when we talk about, self-care, yes, there's self-care, but we're not the ones that fill our cup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's impossible for us to fill our own cups. He's the one that fills us. And there's an overflow from what he fills us with. And it is from the overflow that we can pour into others. Yeah. So it's never that me pouring into others
should make you empty.
Should make me empty.
Right.
Because I'm giving from the overflow.
Yes.
That's the place where we need to live in. And what Feliz was talking about if you don't believe in God, you're living below your privileges. Ooh. You're living below your privileges. I'm sorry.
Let me say
I'm saying that because
screamed. What?
I'm saying that because we were made in image and likeness. Right? And that's something we're talking about right now. We were made in image and likeness. We were made to be children of God. And if your father is the king, if Sammy was here, if the father is the king, you are royalty. It means that there are privileges that come with being the child of God. And so if you don't believe in God, you're living below your privileges that comes from being royalty. I mean, it's good enough that we can say, oh, well, we come from kings and so on. But if you don't live in that place, then you can't benefit from the privileges that are in that.
Brilliant. That is
brilliant.
Anybody else on
Love it. Sure, I'm going to be quoting you on that. Next week. Love it.
No, that was so good. That was so good. I love that. I hope you guys are taking notes. For all our notes sake. I hope you're writing this down because
mental notes.
Really some good nuggets to take away from there.
Well, it's not even tweeting anymore, right? I feel like you feel so old now.
In the X life.
It's not even Twitter anymore.
It's not even Twitter anymore.
Wow.
I cannot believe they made it X. X is so weird. Like, it's really weird.
I still call it Twitter.
Me too. Yeah.
Same.
I looked at that app when it changed X and it looked demonic and I was like, it did. And I'm not trying to be churchy, but it did.
No, I know.
Like,
I hear you.
No. So I'm like, I was just like, no. Yeah. Used to be a nice blue. That's pretty. But I hope you guys are just receiving what I'm receiving because I feel in such a good, this right here is what you call positioning. Like when you position yourself to receive, it's just amazing. I was listening to Feliz talking about her going to the airport and stuff like that. By the way, that was crazy work. I didn't know that. It caught me off guard. Like really, you don't really know. Like people on a surface level, and you don't know their testimonies. You don't know their stories, because that shocked me. And when you went to HJ, and people, the Facebook poll was crazy to me too. Because what do you mean?
That was crazy.
Poll.
That is crazy. And then imagine your boss is actioning
you into a meeting. We took a Facebook poll.
You see, I don't mind that. because I needed that.
But at
Yeah.
the time, though,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the time, girl, Sherry. But now that I look back, because I remember crying so hard
Yeah.
and feeling like a failure. And then I had to realize, Feliz, you are walking around this place not being yourself.
Right.
What they wanted from me was my personality. What I was bringing was what I was taught through NCN, which is you broadcast, you speak properly at all times.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for personality at NCN. How are you pronouncing the word? Are you on time? What time the ads play? But H, I didn't care about that. I could say Thursday. They didn't care about no TH. I'm telling y'all the truth. Right? And I had to learn now to open up myself and relax.
Yeah.
But baby, after you get a heartbreak, you can't relax.
True.
Y'all understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because you
Anybody's
hear.
ever been through that?
Yeah.
Because I thought that was my husband. Oh gosh, treasure, I thought it was my husband. And then he kicked me out with my picnic and left us in limbo.
Wow.
So I'm in shock. I'm working. Yes, I'm coming on these people radio station every day, you know. But I'm working from a place of shock. So I am a robot.
Do you think that that's you were working like that because you knew you had your son?
Yes.
He was the reason.
100%.
And that's another thing I admire about mothers. And I want to talk to all of you about how do you set aside what you're going through every day? Because you know you have to show up as a mother. There's no if or but. A lot of days I'm hungry and I enable go downstairs me eating. It's okay. Like I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
Yes.
But when you have a kid, like you have to get up.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like, how do you set aside all of what you're going through to put the needs of your children or child above your own? What gives you the strength to do that?
Well, I think it's just knowing that you don't have a choice, really.
Oh my God. Yes.
Just knowing that
Right.
going to get yourself something to eat is
That's what it
optional.
is.
Like, you know, I can stay without it, but just knowing that you don't have a choice. Like, you work for them now, you know? And they come and they're like, listen, mommy, food. And they stand here like you that's your boss. You know that you have to, you know, they're depending on you. And also knowing that they did not ask to be here.
True.
You brought them into this world. They're your responsibility. It's your job to take care of them and to give them the best life. And also, like, a lot of people may not know a lot that goes on in my life because I don't share a lot of the negatives in my life. And sometimes I say maybe that's not the best thing because I know a lot of people are looking up to me and it's like, oh my gosh, she's this perfect life.
Yeah.
And why am I going through this? And the age of social media now is making a lot of women question their worth or question the quality of their lives because of what we see online, and everyone seems to
Comparison,
have this perfect life online. And in actuality, we're all basically fighting our own demons. Some people may have financial struggles, some people might just be single parents, some people are battling some sort of illness. Everyone has their own struggles that they're dealing with. It might not be your struggle. So just knowing at the end of the day, everyone has something that they're dealing with. But your kids, they don't understand that, right? And I have my daughter, she's 2, and I believe a lot in energy, and I want to give her the best version of myself. And I feel like if I'm depressed, I don't want to pass that on to her, right? So, and this is something I tell a lot of people. Before my daughter, I was lost. Listen, if they got anybody's more expert in breakup, it's me. I love love. I love love. I'm never gonna be like, I want somebody. I'm always gonna want somebody. I love love. I love relationships. I love, like I said, I'm a giver. I love having someone to care for. I grew up in a home where my mom, like, very cultural. We get up, we prepare breakfast. We have like a family, and that is what is like important for me. So I like that.
Yeah.
And I've had so many failed relationships, and I keep looking for that in people. And also I struggle with letting go. I'm one of those people who I don't know when to give up.
Yeah.
I don't really give up. So if I want something, I'll keep going at it, keep going at it, keep going at it until it completely destroys me. And in retrospect, I say, you know what? And sometimes I remember begging God for some relationships to work. And you know what? I am glad you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Right? I'm glad. It's like now I look back and I'm like, you know what? This wasn't for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes we're fighting for things and we're praying for things and we're asking for things that are not for us. And we destroy ourselves holding on to things that we should let go of.
Yeah.
And coming back on Pat, I have destroyed myself over years. Like I came to a place where I felt empty. At some point of my life, I was very deep into church. And I think like after I lost my dad and so on, I didn't want to go to church.
Yeah.
And like, listen, I completely dissociated. It was a lot of alcohol, drugs, parties. I just did. I went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I know when I got my daughter, something shifted inside of me.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Something shifted. I found myself praying for my daughter. I wasn't gonna pray for myself, but I was praying to cover her.
Yeah.
And I started reconnecting again.
Yeah.
Right? And when I got my daughter, like for the first time, I felt complete.
That's so
Wow.
beautiful.
Like,
that is beautiful.
That was
that. I love
I
that.
know
You're
it
gonna
might
make me
seem weird,
cry.
but it's the first time in all my life. I think I was just looking for someone. I was looking for something and I wasn't finding it. And like, she came to my life and I felt full and I felt like, you know what, this is my purpose. To be her mom and to care for her and to love her. And so I didn't have to like waste all of this love that I have to give on people who didn't deserve it.
Come on
loves me back.
That's so good.
And I now things that would have broke me in the past, like these things happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
Small
Like
thing.
nothing.
things. It's like my daughter's good. Oh yeah, you can do whatever you're doing. And like I am a completely different person since I have my daughter, and with all the challenges, I am so grateful to experience motherhood. And I just think it's something that you will never understand until you experience it. You know, so
100%.
yeah, I cannot speak enough on how I feel like my journey through motherhood has healed me.
Amen to that. Amen
That's
to
so
that, girl.
good. Anyone else feel like your kids heal you, or y'all just tired? Is it no? Nobody.
I think there are days. I think there are days when you're just tired. And Feliz could probably think, because this is the teenage years. I could just recall my brothers being teenagers and I am just feeling for you. But I
commit your
think that there are
prayers.
days when you feel like there's absolutely nothing more that you can do. You can't even get out of bed. But to see your child smile, to hear them laugh, even hearing the talking, the gibberish, right? I think that adds something back, and I think I can associate with what she's saying and relate to what Treasure is saying. That you know that once your child is good, things are okay. Things are okay. Because if things are bad, it means your child is bad too. Right? So if your child is good, things are good. So I think there are days when you know that you draw strength from that. And then there are other days when you really feel like not even that. But somehow at the end of the day, that.
That is good. I'm taking notes, you guys.
Yes, please.
I am taking notes. This is so good, and I hope you guys are taking notes too, because I don't see anybody with a pen and a book. As a matter of fact, the gift baskets that I have for you have a pen and a book.
Yeah.
I think you guys should get that and start writing, because this is really good information.
Relax.
I saw this meme as you were talking, where you don't have a choice to show up for your kids. Where this woman was crying, like she was bawling her eyes out because she was heartbroken, and her child was like, "Okay, so we still going to the park?" I was like, "What?"
They don't care what's
They don't
happening.
care what's going on, and that's
I have a colleague, and I saw her posted recently, right? And she's a lawyer too. And she posted that she came home and she was so exhausted, and she lay on the bed and she told her sons, "Okay, why is nobody bothering mommy for half an hour? I'm very tired." And her sons went, "Okay, mommy, can I have macaroni and cheese?"
One line.
"Okay, mommy, can I have macaroni and cheese?" Like, there's no half an hour. I'm sorry.
You're the cut I would give you.
And then make the mac and cheese.
Still make it.
Still make it.
Still
not
make
the
it.
cut. So I believe that community
Yeah.
Very important.
is a big factor in how you're able to manage all that comes with motherhood
Very
and
critical.
being a single parent. Even I was listening to Felice, you were talking about the people that you have surrounding you, and I would like for you to talk to somebody that feels as though they don't have that community, and just give them like a word of encouragement, something that you would say to them if you were their community. If you were that one person that they can come to, what would you say to somebody who is in that position where they feel alone in motherhood or in parenthood generally, and they feel like they have to do it all alone? What would you say
Well,
to them?
Danica, I have to say I've been experiencing more and more of that recently. I've found a lot of people have been reaching out to me. I will preface this by saying I am not a counselor. Right? I am not a trained counselor in any way, shape, or form. But people just reach out, Sherry, and they're reaching out saying things like, "I need this, and that. And I don't have family. I don't have..." And I would constantly ask people, "There is nobody in your corner?" And it's, to me, people are afraid to go to the people that they actually know. They prefer to come to me, a stranger,
Yes.
right? One girl actually said to me, she said, "But you closer to me than anybody else because I just hear you every day."
Well, you know what?
And I was in shock by that. And I felt sorry for her,
Yeah.
because you have to have community. Even if you create it yourself.
Yes. Yes.
We're not always going to have... My mom, I love her so much. Mommy, if you're watching, I love you. My mom no longer lives in Guyana. She lives in the US. And she's been there now for about 5 years. But let me tell you, constantly, we got to call mommy. Treasure and I were talking about it. What's going on? Where are you? And why are you not answering my call? You have to have somebody that you can ask certain things. And if you don't, find that person.
Yeah.
I have found wonderful people like... Have you guys heard of Coach Michelle?
Yes.
Cumberbatch?
Yes.
Lovely lady. She has helped me through a very difficult time. And you need to find someone, whether it's your pastor, whether it's Sherry, girl, you and I got to become friends. I find people everywhere I go, and you have to find someone, talk to them, share with people what's going on with you. And don't always tell your friends all the hard stuff too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to pay a stranger. I can drop that right there.
Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes your friends get fed up of hearing from you too, because they're like, "Well, I'm with you, man. Nothing gonna happen for you, fellas."
You're always going through something.
Danica.
Yeah.
So I pay Coach Michelle. Sometimes you just have to pay a stranger and sit down and talk.
And they can't complain because you pay.
All right. And she can't tell nobody nothing.
Correct.
But you have to find a way to let this out.
Yeah.
And another good thing I would say, this is the last one, write.
Yes.
When you said you're giving us books, you go, I'm happy. Writing has saved me because I want to say a lot of things. And God has to tell me, shut up. Put it in a book. Even the things that I've been dreaming of doing for years. I ain't got to tell everybody.
Nope.
Write it down.
That's right.
Write down how you're feeling.
Yeah.
You want cuss out, chop? Write it down. Because you ain't got to cuss out nobody. Treasure, what? I'm preaching to you. You ain't gotta cuss on nobody. Write it down and deal with those things. Deal with them because things spill over into your life and disrupt. But you gotta have community, even if you gotta create it yourself.
Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. Yeah.
But before you guys stray from community, I feel like life now has become so hectic.
Yeah.
Like with cost of living and everything, everyone is working. You know, I grew up where granny's at home and
Yes.
maybe this aunt is at home.
Right.
Now granny's working, auntie's working, sister's working, daddy's working, mommy's working.
Yeah.
Everyone is really tired.
Yes.
And sometimes we have to be honest. Some people have no one
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
turn to.
Yeah.
Some people cannot afford a counselor.
Yeah.
Some people have no one. Some people may have toxic families. Some people really have no one.
Yeah.
And it really comes back to spaces like this. You know, having how important it is to have women
Yeah.
who would create a space and thank you, create a
Yes,
space
thank you.
where you can get that support.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it comes back to the church.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important. That's how important the church is.
Yes.
Growing up, I understood like there's counselors in the church. You may
Yes.
talk to a sister,
Yes.
but people are not going to church anymore. And I mean,
Yeah.
I am guilty, right? I am guilty of that. But
Yeah.
life has become hectic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to go, but you don't have the time.
Yeah.
So it's for us to now see what happens with the next generation. Because
Yeah.
if we're shifting in that direction, then what happens 2 generations down the line?
Right.
And it's one of the reasons, like Philly said, I'm not having any more kids. I'm not having any more either. Because it's hard. You don't have the support. And
Yeah.
you're fortunate to have your mom.
Yes.
My
very.
family live in Region 1.
Yeah.
I have no auntie, no uncle, no mommy, no granny, nobody. It's me and my husband.
Yeah.
And my husband has been away for like a year. So it's basically been doing single parent. And if I did not have a live-in help, which is something you have to afford, if I couldn't afford
Right.
that,
Right.
then I wouldn't have been able to do many of the things that I have been doing. My life would have been stunted.
Yes.
And yeah, we want to tell people, hey, you can do it all. But let's be
Realistically.
honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have these grand plans, but if you have a child and you don't have any support, you don't have the finances, then how do you do it?
Mm.
And it comes back to family planning.
Yeah.
You know, motherhood is hard. It's demanding. And I think we have to really encourage young women, young people to really plan their life.
Yes.
To ensure that before you have children, you put certain things in place.
Yes.
Because I
Well
looked
said.
at this incident that happened maybe about 2 months ago where this mom where she killed her
Yes.
daughter and then tried, you know,
Yeah. Commit suicide and take the child's life.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know what she was going through.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know what she was dealing with. And I know as a mother, someday, even though I have the help, someday I just want to scream
Yeah.
and shut down. And some people are out there dealing with these things. Maybe they don't have a supportive partner. Yeah. They're not financially stable. They have nobody to turn to.
Yeah.
And people are really going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think more women need to be more open to offering that support without judgment.
Yeah.
Social media now is not even a place. I remember like back to Twitter, you could go and like say what you feel.
Yeah.
Now social media, sometimes you may come out and you don't get the support. People are dragging you.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
nasty.
Yes.
It's nasty on the internet.
true.
Yes.
You can't go out there and get any sort of support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, we need to start creating more space for women
Yeah.
to get support.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes space is as simple as adding a mom from the clinic on WhatsApp.
Oh yes.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
At least
Sherry.
you have somebody to talk to
Yeah.
Yeah.
and relate to.
Yeah.
For when my daughter was just born, she had really bad moral reflex, which is when they would like literally look like they're about to have a seizure.
Wow.
Right? So they would like startle themselves awake and they would be like shaking. And I had no idea what it was It started when we were in the hospital, like the day after she was born. I called the nurse. The nurse said, they don't understand what I'm saying. They don't get it. Or maybe try and take a video the next time it's happening. I took a video. The next nurse come and showed the nurse video. They're like, okay. When I checked the write up, they said, oh, maybe more reflex. So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, this is what this is. And I started Googling it. And then I saw videos on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, this happens and this is what happens. And I think so much of, in terms of coming back to the planning aspect that Tresha was talking about, people need to give you the information because you're not being prepared. We're not being prepared, really and truly. I think as women, there's an expectation for us to be able to just step into being a wife and being a mother or you know, and being a career woman, or even if you're not expected to be a career woman, to be able to do this and do that. And there's an expectation that you can just do these things. But there's no question of, was there somebody that taught it to you? Or was there somebody that modeled this to you? Because a lot of us don't have good relationships with our moms, or our moms are not in a place where we can actually learn from them, because we may have a toxic relationship, or they may not be well, as is the case of my mom. She's unwell. So you're not in that place where you're able to benefit from the mom that you saw growing up. And even if your mom is out of the country, you're not in the place to fully benefit from what did your mom go through when she was raising you as a teenager, right? Or if you had cousins who were males, what their parents went through with them, to be able to draw on those experiences and then really learn. So it's important for us to have these types of conversations, even if you're having a conversation with another mom at clinic. Like I said, if you go to clinic, you go to the doctor, you go to PTA, it's there's too much at stake for us to be introverted and not want to talk to people and be antisocial. It really does us a disservice when we stay quiet, and that's with everything that you're going through. So whatever is the issue that you may be going through, tell somebody. And like Feliz said, if it has to be a stranger, you tell a stranger. I remember there would be lots of times when people will just unload on you. It has nothing to do with what you were talking about or the transaction that you're doing with them. But they're just gonna unload on you. I remember sitting with an elderly woman. She was crying because her son put her out of her house.
That's crazy.
And she was crying, and she was just unloading all that was going on with her, and what she was talking about had nothing to do with the transaction that she came to do, you know. And you have to step outside of the comfort zone of everything being up here, because it will kill you. Try to talk about it destroying you. It will kill you. It will literally kill you, because you keep carrying it, thinking that you can work everything out, and it's impossible. It's impossible. Even the writing it down gets it out of your head and outside of your body.
That is so
it puts it somewhere else. And even if when you read it back, I'm someone that listens back to my voice notes and read the text and everything. I do that because sometimes when things are in your head, they seem like a dinosaur. It's huge, it's a giant. But then you put it in writing, or you put it in a voice note, and you can voice note yourself on WhatsApp, by the way.
Please.
My husband studied psychology, and there's this thing that I learned by eavesdropping on his classes called the empty chair principle. You pretend that the person is there, you put on your voice note and voice note yourself, and you tell them all that you want to tell them.
I love that.
You just tell them what you want to tell them, and you get it outside of your head, and you could listen back to it and you'd be like, oh, sure, you did really.
What was you going through?
You really
What's
going on here?
I do that in the car sometimes.
You know, it's like what are really going on with me? And you know, and you know what the funny thing about it is that the other day I sent a client a voice note, and I was upset with how the client was behaving. And this goes back to how people behave in the hospital and all that too, because they kind of do the same thing with lawyers, because that's what they call law, noble profession. Really and truly, lawyers never used to get paid. So that's how the whole thing of a noble profession came in. And lawyers don't get paid that well right now either. But they're I can count the lawyers on one hand that are employed, right? That get paid well, and you probably all know them, right? And they basically their own bosses, right? But people unload on you, their problems become your own, and you literally have to be able to compartmentalize, as they call it. Their problems, my life, my problems, outside problems. Like, you really have to train yourself to do that. Otherwise, it will consume you. And so you have to be able to unpack what's in your mind, even if it's daily. Sometimes it needs to be daily because of how high pressure our lives might be. You just need to unpack that daily. So if you got a little journal, if a little exercise book,
Which each of you have
pencil,
access to.
if you want, you know, pen, whatever. And you just write, especially if you see that you're going to bed at night and you can't sleep. Don't go and doom scroll. Don't scroll on TikTok. Don't scroll on Facebook and Instagram. You will just find something else to stress about instead of going to sleep. But just write down whatever it is that you're thinking, what the thoughts that are swirling around your head. Write it down and you pray.
That is so good. I love to write.
Write it down and you pray. Let me tell you, I used to like to write and read so much that I used to write letters to my mom. Like, when I'm upset and write, she would say, "Oh, don't say anything. Keep your arguments for this person. I'm your mother. I'm the adult. And and I would go and write a letter. I remember when I didn't think about growing up in a household where parents got divorced and things like that, and moms say things out of frustration. And then I'm sure there's been a time when Feliz, you say, "You know what, I'm saying to go and live with your father." That threat. And I remember receiving a threat like that, and I staged a protest in the house. Feliz. You would have been tired of me. As a child, I wrote on a placard, "Children have rights," and I was marching around the house.
Well, are there photographs?
No. Thank God.
Me and my platform would have been outside. Like,
No, the suitcases were being packed, so I had to stage protests. And really and truly, it helped in the situation. It helped me and it helped her. So she knew how I felt and we felt as children in this situation. I was able to communicate it in a way that you can't stop me mid-sentence and say, "Oh, don't say anything." It's literally there on the paper already, and you can read it, and you don't have no choice.
Exactly.
I said what I said on this platform.
Just get it out of you. And even if you don't want to write, like looking at your handwriting, just pray. Pray about everything.
Pray about everything.
Everything.
Literally.
And even if you don't have a relationship with God right now, you say, "God, if you're real, if you're not real, I'm too sure, whatever's the situation, this is what's going on with me."
Be real about it.
Right? Because praying better than talking to yourself.
Yes.
Right? So if somebody be like, "Oh, why are you talking to yourself?" I'm praying.
Real talk.
All right?
Real talk.
Right? Looks better.
Looks better.
They can't say, "Grace, excuse me, I was
Right. I was praying. Excuse you.
No, I was voice noting myself.
I was praying. I was talking to
But
my
don't tell
father.
anybody you were voice noting yourself. That's crazy.
No,
But listen,
he was hearing. It's fine. It's fine.
this conversation is amazing, and I did not want to cut, but I see my MC over there telling me time.
I know, girl.
So we have to wrap this up. I don't want to leave because the conversation is amazing. I feel like we are pouring out so much. I feel like you guys are receiving everything. I hope you're receiving everything. I didn't see anybody went to get the book.
I received.
But it's okay. Y'all better have it in your mind. If you don't have it in your mind, have it in your phone. There were some good nuggets that were dropped today. We're gonna open the floor for questions from the audience. I know you guys, you did not know a lot of the things that you heard tonight. So if you have any questions, if you have any query, if you're struggling with anything, if you need some advice, we're gonna have the floor open. Please feel free to ask any of the panelists if you have a specific person you want to talk to, or just generally. Floor is yours. Y'all don't be shy, because I know y'all not shy. My beautiful mom is here. Everybody give her a round of applause. She is here. My mom, let me just tell you guys, I have never seen a more amazing woman than my mom. She has 9 kids. We are 9 of us. Let me tell you, I be having to look at 2 kids and my nerve be racking. And she did an amazing job. She did an amazing job. So I just want to give my mom her flowers. You guys, say hi to my beautiful mom. Yeah, man, I love and respect this woman so much. There's nothing that I don't think that she would do for me. I've seen her cuss everybody out. When it comes to her kids, because the one thing she's gonna do is represent her kids. And then you just have to give flowers to the woman who raised her.
That's right.
Grandmother, let me tell you, this is my grandmother here in the lovely purple outfit. Give her a round of applause. Oh my God, you look so good, girl.
Generations,
This outfit is, I love it. This outfit is Tito. Like, I really love it. That's 10 out of 10 for the outfit. But this is my grandmother. Listen, Granny's the real MVP.
Come on.
Yeah.
When we would do, because we used to get licks. We were some, listen, I understand the frustration. It was 9 of us.
9, yeah.
We used to run to Granny. We used to be like, Granny's
Save
a
us.
little left them children alone. But my Granny saved us a lot of times. I love my grandma. I love my mother. These are some phenomenal women that I have to like pattern off of as it relates to motherhood. I don't have a kid as yet, but I mean, I also know that I'm gonna whoop my kids. I'm gonna tell you no lie. I was saying the other day to a friend of mine, my husband is gonna have to be the calm one. Because my kids are gonna get
I used to say that, and then I got my daughter.
Yeah, maybe I'll change my mind when I get there.
You can't be a child. Don't worry, a time will come.
It's not because she's cute.
I'm
She's too cute.
sometimes I scream at her, and I'm like, I'm so
Girl,
Yeah, I see like what sometimes I see women like you get frustrated, yes.
Yeah.
And then when you kind of
human.
react, you feel
Yeah.
sorry immediately.
feel bad.
Immediately.
so bad.
bad, yeah.
Immediately. And I've had some really good examples. I'm not gonna lie. My mom's friend is here also. My aunt Kishana. She's here. She's just in the beautiful yellow over there. You can't miss her. She is the perfect example of a woman that commits to both career and family. Like, I've seen her show up so many ways. A lot of times I'd be like, Auntie Kashana would have gone home. I'm not gonna lie. But she shows up in both her career and in her house 100%. 100. If you guys have any questions, you can ask her how she does it a lot of times. And then to the far end, I'm not gonna say, this is an amazing woman that I really admire. I've seen her and she's been through some stuff, and I've seen her strength. This is Amanda. Her name is Miranda. She don't like when you say Amanda. Nansen. She is phenomenal. So I've really had some good examples, you guys. I've really had some good examples. So I feel like I'm ready.
Yes.
But I might whoop that kid. I don't know. Maybe if they're cute enough and they'll be like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Are you married yet?
No.
Okay.
And
Don't worry.
But
I'm
not
glad that you know
looking.
that you're ready.
saying.
Just wait on him.
Yes. No, I
Okay.
need to. I
Wait
I
on the
feel like that is one of the most important things.
Yes.
Having a partner that's going to be present, that's going to be there.
Very valuable.
Motherhood. I've seen single mothers. I've seen the struggle.
You don't want to become one of us.
No.
No.
I love you guys, but no. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And I must give you guys your flowers. It's great. We have a
One
question.
there.
Pleasant good night to all of you guys. So I listened to you guys speak, and I'm very inspired based on the women I'm in here with tonight. But from what I've noticed, you all have, the mother figure.
It really isn't. And there's a lot of sadness there for women who do not or didn't even know their mom very well or didn't have that good relationship like you were talking about, Sherry. I think that, there are a lot of women out there that want to mother and will mother no matter what. And they're willing to do so for anyone who doesn't have a mom. I know for sure, shout out to Pastor Valerie Gursami. Anybody knows her?
Yes.
Fabulous woman.
she is.
She has mothered beyond her 2 sons, me included. You have to be able to be willing to open up to women that you look up to, right? And it doesn't have to be somebody that's super older either. I've gained so much knowledge from my friends and people around me, Angie Poole. Angie's about 5 years older than me? And I've gained so much from her.
Yeah.
You have to be able to grab information that is valuable from the people around you.
Yeah.
And you have so much at your disposal now. YouTube God Mommy is the teaching. Just so y'all know, there's a guy on TikTok that's a dad that teaches people how to do all these different things, like change a tire and so on. You guys have seen him?
Oh no.
He is fabulous. I passed him on to my son so he can learn something. No, you can grab information, grab some books too, hon, and let, just in case somebody's watching right now and you're feeling that way, I can empathize with you. I am grateful I've had 2 wonderful grandmothers and a mother myself, but there are valuable women out there that you can reach out to and take the love and the information from.
Yeah, that is so good. Do we have any other questions?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Happy Mother's Day in advance to you all. To you lovely ladies on the panel. I myself am a young mother whose child came quite unplanned. I was just like a year after or a year out of UG with my degree. And so, sorry.
Go ahead, sweetie. That's fine. Let the emotions run. We're proud of you.
Yeah, we are.
We're proud of you. Go ahead. Push. Go ahead, girl.
Good. So I had to jump into motherhood. I had to redirect.
It's okay.
Somebody hug her for me, please. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about in the room tonight, too. There's support here, too. So, Danica, thank you for that, for bringing the women
It's
together.
true. I'm very emotional. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I had to make the decisions that was necessary, so that I can provide for my child. And so that came at the cost of a career and a life that I saw for myself, and you ladies are doing it. And so I'd like to seek your advice. How do you step out of letting motherhood consume you and step into business, step into developing yourself career-wise, and being that woman that is an all-rounder, a mom, a businesswoman, a career woman, a friend, a girlfriend, a sister? How do you do it? What is your advice?
Oh, girl, I got so much to say. I'm gonna have to speak with you after the fact because you need mentorship. Yeah. What you're going through is not new to a lot of us. We've experienced some really tough things. And when I was being a dare I say, a bomb-ass mom, I might have been being a terrible friend. And you have to be able to live with that.
Yeah.
You understand? And thankfully, my friends understood. I can't go nowhere with y'all right now. I don't have money for that. I don't this, I don't that. Everything is going towards my son. He got to get Pampers. You understand? And you have to be able to. The season you're in is not forever. Exactly. Somebody say amen to that.
Amen.
The season you are in is not forever. Right? I was telling Treasure earlier, she's in a good spot with her baby. At 2 years old, love on them, girl. You hear? Enjoy that sweetness. It's not going to last forever. But keep pushing. Girl, you already got so much in you. You shining till back there.
Yeah.
We got to talk. I'll talk to you after, okay?
But just for some input, I just want you to understand that we are not everything all at once.
That's right.
Right? There are gonna be days when, like Felice is saying, that you're a good mom, but you're a bad friend.
Yeah.
Right? And just understand that you have to take it in bits and pieces. Right? Do what you can now.
Yeah.
Understand that sometimes delay is not really redirection. Sometimes our timing is not God's timing. Right? And you may have planned your life that this is what you wanted, but you know what? Maybe 5 years from now, circle back, you might be like, listen, this did not happen here because I had to take this path and I had to go
Yes.
through this process
Yes.
because you know what, there was something better for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're here, you're showing up, you're, you know what, and it's good that you can feel and you can understand what you feel and to be able to express emotions and to know what you feel.
It's very
and,
good.
and understanding what you feel is really one of the first step to really fixing things.
Yes, making
Right?
a change. Yeah.
Understand. And you know what, you seem to understand what it is that you want.
Yeah.
You understand how you feel. So now it's basically to start planning.
Yeah.
Right? Your baby is gonna grow up.
Yes.
Right? You're gonna get more time. I remember the first the first year.
Yes.
Like I felt like I couldn't do a lot. I had to step back. There was so much things that I had planned for my life that I could not have done at that time.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to do a bit more. And Felice has a teenager. She's doing much more.
Much.
So motherhood, you know, it comes in stages.
Yes.
Right? So like Felice said again, where you are right now, the season is not going to last forever. Enjoy it. But also I'm happy that you're planning for the future.
Yes.
And plan your future properly. If you do believe in contraceptives and so on, to ensure that, you know, this does not repeat itself.
Right.
So it's really important that we have conversation about contraceptive,
Yes.
conversation about family planning.
Yes.
I know working in a hospital, sometimes we may have women coming in and they're like 5-6 kids. I'm like, are you gonna, every time before you discharge a mother, you would say, what's your plan for contraceptive?
Yes.
And what I realized in a lot of our countryside, the women say, oh no, my husband gonna beat me.
Yes.
You know, like
Yeah.
the men don't believe that the women should have contraceptive, and they have this control, and some of the women are coming and hiding and putting in contraceptive. And this is real.
Still happening today,
they're
isn't it?
hiding because their husband is gonna have, or I see it a lot, the mother-in-law gonna have a problem with them if they put in contraceptive. And then I see in like the indigenous culture, they're saying stuff like, oh, contraceptive cause cancer. So a lot of people are closed off to contraceptives. So we need to have more conversation.
For sure.
And I want to say something quickly. Please forgive yourself.
Yes, baby.
Forgive yourself for feeling like you messed things up.
Like she deviated from the
And-
plan, right?
And I want you also to not
Yes.
reject your child
Yes.
as a result of that.
Thank you for saying that.
Don't feel bad as soon as the thought creeps up that if I didn't have you, I couldn't. Put it aside. Put it aside and say, God, help me, because what you went through in incubating a child, carrying a child, birthing a child, and now raising a child was necessary for your formation, for who you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so throughout the last, I don't know how old your child is now, but throughout the last few months or whatever that you went through, there were things that you learned. There were things that were built in you that are necessary for where you need to go.
Oh, yeah.
So let me tell you something.
For sure.
When I had my daughter, I had zero medical intervention in terms of pain medication.
Really?
And by the time I wanted the epidural, the doctor was in the theater, it was somewhere else. And I just know that I felt the urge to push. Now, let me tell you something. Before becoming pregnant, I heard from God that I would have a child, because by this time I was 3 years into marriage, almost 4, and you're praying for a child, you want to have a child and all of that. And I had received word that I would have a child and that all will be well. I got pregnant and I learned that I had hypertension. And this month is preeclampsia awareness month. A lot of people don't know what that is. Preeclampsia is when you have hypertension or you have hypertension as a result of being pregnant, which is high blood pressure. And that causes your arteries to be constricted. It causes less blood flow to go to your child, and it can affect their development. It can also put you at risk of seizures. But what I learned in going through all of that and trusting in God is knowing that, one, I have a damn high pain tolerance, right? I also learned that I have patience. I also learned that I should say, develop the ability to compartmentalize and put things in the background or ignore things that were not beneficial to me, right? Because you would know right now that as soon as you have a child or when you're about to have a child, people have all kind of advice to give you.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And three-quarters of it don't have nothing to do with nothing. Right? It's just something that somebody here along the way for some grandmother, great auntie, some mama fifi, something. Right? No, it have nothing to do with nothing. So you have to learn that. So there are things in you that have been built without you recognizing it. And I need you to really take a look at your life. Take a look at who you are right now and see what are those things that you have learned that have been built in you and how it is that you can apply it to go forward. Yeah. Because there are skills that you learned since having to care for your child. And that skill could probably bring you wealth.
Yes.
So don't regret that child.
Sherry.
Don't regret that child.
Sherry on a roll. My MC face.
I'm sorry, I didn't come to preach, but
My MC face is so serious right now. Madam Chair, how much time do we have? We've already been over our time. Any more questions? Do we have any more questions for the panelists? Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, growing up, I'm an only child. And my mother was always career driven. So, she was never there, but she was there. So, but I'm really close, still close with my father. And over the past, let's say, 3 to 4 years, I'm finding myself being extremely, excessively career driven. Managing at least 18 men per day. At 5 o'clock, I'm overstimulated. When I get home, it's tasking. I'm dealing with severe mom guilt. I am burnt out. I am tired. And I feel bad because all she wants is a friend. And I know because I had that, but I had my father. So
So are you saying she doesn't have her father?
she does. It's complicated, however. She does.
Okay.
But she has my father also.
Okay.
But I don't know how to navigate because, for instance, only last night I had a meeting, and this was after 7 in the night. And she was asking, I think she wanted to play chess yes, it was chess. And I said, Mommy has a meeting. If Mommy doesn't work, you can get Starbucks tomorrow. And then I would feel guilty because she doesn't need that burden. She doesn't know that Mommy has to. She doesn't need to know that. But I am, it's tough. I don't know how to navigate. Every night I am burnt out, and I just don't want to have a child that has to go to a therapist because Mommy.
Baby, you're putting all that pressure on yourself.
Yes.
Let me tell you, if she got to go to a therapist, she's going to be all right. A lot of us have had to go through therapy. I do not want you to blame yourself too much. And you also got to forgive Mommy too.
The thing is,
Yeah.
with me now being in I'm
her
seeing
shoes.
exactly. I am forgiving her.
Yeah.
I am working on forgiving her.
Right, because now you're seeing what she went through and what she had to
Yes.
do to get you where
Yes.
you are.
So
but now
I-
you're following a similar pattern
Yes.
and you can't stand yourself
No,
for
I
it.
cannot. I can't.
But the bills are
stand-
paid, right?
Yes, I
Yes.
can't stand that.
Here's what. I don't think that we could ever say to you fully what you should do because you're going to go through this. You just got to go through it. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, do not set up camp in there.
Yeah.
You hear me? Continue to walk through it.
Go through it.
You got to push, girl. And there's going to be a point in your life when it's a little bit easier.
But I also want to say, I want to add that you have an interesting position because you knew what it was like to be your daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
And
And
that's-
so
that's where
you
the
mentioned
guilt
that you're
comes from.
managing.
Yeah.
So step outside of the role of being a manager, because managers don't change anything. They just keep things in a place. Be a leader.
Yes.
Shift things to work for you.
Yes.
If you're in a position to do that, shift things in such a way to work for you. So if it is that you work Sunday to Sunday, pull out a Saturday.
Yes.
At least once a month.
Yes.
Right? Because
you have
you know
the
what
ability to
happens?
do it,
You know
yeah.
what happens? And I've seen this a lot, and we're talking about it right now, but being burnt out. Burnout is a medical condition.
Yes.
And burnout will land you in the hospital so fast
Yeah.
that you ain't gotta worry about the fact that you're spending time with your daughter.
Yep.
Because you will have no choice but to be in the hospital.
Yeah.
When our bodies need rest, it takes it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? It takes it. So you have to, at the very least, start trying to change things relating to your career that allows you the time and the space.
Yes.
Even if it means starting your own business.
Right.
And if this business is your business,
Right.
then you have the power to make the changes.
Right. Sure.
You
That's
know
good.
the mom that you wanted.
Yeah.
You know the mom that you wanted. Even if you can give your daughter quarter of that, you know if you could have gotten quarter of that from your mom, you would have appreciated it so much as a daughter. So really and truly, it's a decision that you have to make.
Yeah.
Well, I can relate to everything that you're saying because
Yeah.
that was my life.
Yeah.
My parents, we grew up in business. I wake up, sometimes I don't see my parents. By the time they come home, we're off to bed. We grew up with like the help in the house. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have to go to therapy. I know what it's like to, like I said, always reaching for some relationship, always looking for connection.
Yeah.
I spent my entire life seeking connection because I did not have that. Right. And now that I'm old, I understand that, had my parents not worked that hard, I wouldn't have been able to have the life that I have now, and now to be able to provide a better life for my daughter. But because I understand what was lost, sometimes people come to me with, hey, you can do this, you can do that. Let's invest in this, let's do. And you know what I say? No. Right? Because growing up, finances wasn't our issue.
Right.
Love,
And the
connection
time.
was
Yes.
what was valuable
Yes.
for me. So I am now at a place where I'm not going to sacrifice time with my child
Yes.
for more money.
Yes.
So at some point, you have to know what is more important to you. Will I chase the riches and tangible things and give up the time that I will have with my daughter? Or do I find a balance where maybe I can provide enough for her, but also at some point I will take some time from doing some stuff so that I can spend time with my daughter? Because like I said, we're all just chasing money. We gotta get a big house, we gotta get this car. Listen, it's never going to be enough.
Yeah.
Every time you get something, there's always going to be something else that you
That you
want.
want, yeah.
You buy this phone, next year there's another phone coming. Get this house, or you want a bigger house. You get a land, you want another land. There's always going to be more things that you want to accomplish. But you know what you don't get back? Time.
Yeah.
You will not get back time with that child. Right? So I understand that. I understand everything you're going through. And I really think it's important for you to sit and see what is really important for you and what you're willing to give in this life. And if you're willing to give up on this time with your child over this career, or if you're gonna try to fit some time for her in there, because tomorrow something happens at your job, you get ill, they're gonna replace you.
That's true.
And your daughter is gonna be left without a mom.
Yeah.
Right? So it's important for us as moms to take care of ourselves first, because if we're not whole, we cannot give to them. So prioritize and take care of yourself, leave space for her, and also let's just not make our career our entirety. And if it is your entirety right now, it means you have to start working towards creating some other form of income. That shouldn't be permanent. We shouldn't get stuck. I understand at some point we'll have to do it, right? But let it not be your plan to do that forever. Start creating a way to bring in some other form of income, or find some other job. Start looking. Don't just accept that, oh, I'm in this job and it's too much and this is just my life. Don't accept it. You're doing great.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I just want to say one thing. If we don't connect with them now, when we're ready to connect with them, we lose them already. So we need to keep the connection. And I would say, even if you have to find 1 hour a day when you come home, take that hour, connect with her, because we're losing our children, especially our girl children, to social media, this media, and all these things. And if we're not there for them now, later we'll be looking for them. If we notice a lot of children is missing on the road, and where I work, the girl children are being victimized plenty. We're losing, first in my time, we were losing girls at 16, 17. Now we're losing them at 10, 11. From the time they meet that age, they're maturing earlier, and by the time they meet that age, it's gone. And peer pressure there. So if you don't be with her now, peer pressure coming.
And it doesn't even have to be at night. It could be in the morning. You guys can have a morning routine where there's something that you do together, whether it is to have breakfast together. If you have to be at work for 7 or you got to be at work for 8, it means that you got to get up earlier. You're going to have to get up earlier, and you give your child your best. You have the best time having breakfast together, having devotion together, and then you go about your career. And eventually, as you learn how to shift things at work and create other streams of income, so you don't have to be as reliant on the one job, then you are able to then create space to have more things go. If she's old enough, have a mommy-daughter day every month, right? Then build it up to having one every week, you know? And so you have that opportunity to hear from her. She can hear from you, she can learn from you. And even when it comes to work, take her to the job. Listen, almost everybody at my workplace knows my daughter. And I call her the boss. You see, right? I consider her my boss over my CEO, like Trevor said, right? To me, she is the boss. And take her to work. She'll learn something from you as well. She gets to see what you do and see you in a new light also. And she can develop that appreciation. She might even learn some of your work ethic as well. And so she may want to do other things, and she may want to say, oh, Mom, let me come help you. And you have another opportunity to spend time together as well. You know, get her involved. If you have to write a report, say, babe, you could type this out for Mommy. If she's that age. I don't know if she's that age, right? But you get her to do things with you, and you cultivate that relationship, you cultivate that time in a way that is different from what you experienced when you were growing up.
That's good. That's really good. All right. This has been an amazing discussion, but my time has been up for quite some time. And my MC is there looking very serious. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for joining me.